Chapter 21. Usually words help me, but reading Agatha's journal just confused me more. I read it trying to erase what I had learned about Ivana, but all of it kept reminding me. Agatha's bees were failing, succumbing to a wide variety of illnesses. The genetic modifications weren't working, and the cloning wasn't going to help, as well as Baba had hoped either. Then Dad tried to be chipper over lunch, but really he was just trying to get back to talking about my latency. I didn't want to think about that at all. So I ate quickly and then hurried outside. All along, my heart just kept pounding and pounding, and my stomach shriveled to the size of the dates the deliver bot, dropped off as a special treat. On my bike, I could feel a little bit freer, like nothing I had learned mattered at all. My head sweated under my helmet, and the wind blew into my eyes, making them tear up, and I could pretend I was a prisoner on the run, an honest kind of prisoner, captured under false pretenses by a corrupt police force. I was making my way to freedom, which meant going round and round the cul-de-sac at an even faster pace. My retina camera buzzed with trying to keep up with it all. Finally dizzy, I slowed and turned up onto the straight part of the road. My breath came a little fast, and I could feel a drip of sweat going down my neck, and I could almost see why Julia liked running so much. Alana was in her driveway, and I cruised my bike up to her. She was crouched over a drawing she was working on with sidewalk chalk. I had seen a movie once about a guy who did sidewalk art that was so real you could actually step into it and go into the other world. Alana's was that good. It was a whole garden of tangled flowers, each one so detailed and vibrant I could practically smell them. Because she's a robot. I wish I could say it with Theo's voice in my head, but it was my own. That's nice, I said. I hopped off my bike and let it fall into her lawn. Hey, Maury, thanks. She wiped her hands on her shorts and stood up. I'm so glad you came around today. Yeah, me too. I looked up the street toward Julia's house. I'm fine, by the way, she smiled. What? I haven't seen you since I fell on the treadmills. I kicked my shoe into the ground. That was so strange, I said. What even happened? I wanted to know if Theo was right, if Alana was robotic and she'd had some sort of power surge. But of course, if that was the truth, she wouldn't come out and tell me. It was weird, huh? They told me it was a blip in the power field. My treadmill was fine. It was just your row. She shrugged. You were really cranking. So were you. And Julia. She laughed. Maybe that was the problem. Julia and I overworked the system. Maybe, I said, wondering if perhaps that was getting close to the truth. I am glad you're okay. I know, she said. We were wondering when you were going to come back out. You know how parents are. Cautious, cautious. I forced a smile and said, don't I know it? But all the while I was thinking, they aren't your parents. You don't have parents. And as I had the thought, I realized I was starting to believe Theo's version of things. But Alana was a new version of Alana. She was a creation of the scientists of Old Harmony, which meant that everything I had thought about Old Harmony was a lie too. I felt dizzy, and it seemed like the sun was burning hotter and hotter, melting the road beneath my feet as I stood there. Cool. You want to do some chalk drawings with me? I thought of how pale and lifeless my own drawings would be next to hers. No thanks. I wished I could unknow what I had learned about her. How about hopscotch? Then her face brightened. I love hopscotch. It was like she was just realizing that fact about herself. Maybe she was. Alana drew the square with an orange piece of chalk, a complicated course with a tough mix of singles and doubles. She numbered them all, then grabbed a pebble from the side of her driveway. You want to go first? I took the stone from her. I haven't played hopscotch in forever. Julie and I used to play all the time in second grade. I tossed the pebble and it landed on the three, so I hopped on one foot, then two, then jumped and landed with my feet straddling on the first double. Back onto one foot, then through the rest of the course. I pivoted and started hopping back, but on my second jump I wobbled and put my other foot down. Out! Alana exclaimed. Before I could get it for her, she picked up the stone. My turn. She tossed the stone and it landed all the way in the right-hand box of the second double. She hopped on one foot like it was nothing, sky-high like a pogo stick, got to the end, pivoted, and returned to the start, scooping up the stone in one easy motion. 1 point for me, she said. You don't keep score in hopscotch. You don't? No, it's just for fun. Are you sure? She handed me the pebble. I tossed it and it skittered out of the court. Tough break, she said with a smile. My turn again. Of course, this next round was just as perfect for her. She gave me the stone. This time I had to jump from a straddle to a single leg, and for some reason I decided to add a spin move, so I stumbled and fell onto my knee. A red patch of blood bloomed up behind the dirt. You're hurt, Alana said. I'm fine, it's just a scrape. I handed her the rock. Your turn. Another perfect run, and she did a spin with no problem. It's not fair, I said. What? You're so good at this. I shook my head, but the words echoed in my mind. Not fair. Maybe if you practice some more, that's not it. Not fair, not fair. No matter what any of us did, we would never match up to her. Is it your eye then? No, not my eye, or my legs, or anything to do with me. Alana stood up straight and cocked her head to the side. My knee was still bleeding. I could feel the blood trickling down. I need to go home. I need to get a band-aid. We have bandages. No, I need to go home. My brain was pounding, and I thought I might explode with all I knew. I would just erupt and be left as a sticky puddle on the ground, and even that would be better than telling her the truth of what I knew. See you later? We could go out to Oak Edge. Sure, maybe. We really should check our garden. I said sure. I grabbed my bike and pushed it instead of riding it. My knee was throbbing in time with my brain. I wish I had never read that file, because now I couldn't see her the same way. The things that had been so beautiful about her, her strength, her skill, her kindness, all of it was fake. None of it was real. Alana was not real.